Russian President Vladimir Putin and North Korean leader Kim Jong Un held a rare summit Wednesday. The meeting lasted for more than 4 hours in Far East Russia. The U.S. is raising concerns over a potential military deal between the two, and David Martin has more from the Pentagon.
Kim Jong Un rode his armored mystery train into Russia to meet Vladimir Putin. But there was no mystery about the message the two dictators were sending. This is our new Cosmodrome, Putin told Kim. And the sight of them touring Russia's newest space launch facility looked like a down payment on a Russian promise to help North Korea develop more powerful missiles that could threaten the U.S. Probably not by coincidence. North Korea launched 2 short-range missiles just before the visit began. Kim was all ears, asking detailed questions about the diameter of a rocket. The U.S. was all ears, too.
Any arrangement that would improve North Korea's military capabilities would be certainly would be of significant concern to us.
Putin, of course, will want something in return. And what he needs most is help to keep firing artillery in Ukraine at the rate of 10 million rounds a year. Joint Chiefs Chairman General Mark Milley told CBS News Russia can't keep that rate up.
Their consumption rates have gone down a lot because their industry is not producing the amounts that they were, previously in years gone by.
What does North Korea have that Russia wants?
Well, munitions, the same calibers and types of munitions that the Russians use, the same types that the North Koreans use.
And David Martin joins me now. David, let's start with Russia. What's in this deal for Putin?
Well, what Putin needs more than anything right now is more artillery and other kinds of munitions for the war in Ukraine. Russia has been expending artillery at just an unbelievable rate, around 10 to 11 million rounds a year. And his own defense industry just cannot keep up with that kind of demand. North Korea uses the same caliber ammunition as Russia, so North Korea is a natural source for additional artillery. But obviously, Kim Jong Un is going to want something in return.
Well, yes, and Kim Jong Un has called North Korea's relations with Russia. He said it's the nation's first priority. So what do you think he wants in return for this, as much as we can know anything that's on his mind?
Well, in the first place, for him to say that Russia is now his first priority is a huge deal. Putin and Kim Jong Un have been fellow travelers as fellow communist dictators, but they've never bonded before like this. And I'm sure that the bonding in Kim Jong Un's mind is going to include the transfer of missile technology, nuclear technology, advanced aircraft, all things that are going to make North Korea a greater threat on the Korean Peninsula.
And I want to switch topics now, David, to the question, this Iranian hostage exchange. The administration has agreed to release 5 Iranian nationals in exchange for U.S. citizens. As a part of the deal, the U.S. will also allow the transfer of $6 billion in Iranian funds from South Korea to Qatar. Here's what National Security Council spokesman John Kirby said about the release of those funds.
This is not a payment of any kind. It's not ransom. These aren't U.S. taxpayer dollars. And we haven't lifted a single one of our sanctions on Iran. Iran will be getting no sanctions relief.
So, David, if Iran got something they wanted in exchange for the prisoners and the U.S. gave it to them, isn't that ransom? And is there something here more than just semantics?
Well, part of it is semantics. The money belonged to Iran in the first place, but was frozen in some South Korean accounts as part of the sanctions against Iran. It is now being transferred to an account in Qatar, and there Iran can draw on it, but draw on it for humanitarian purposes only, food, medicine, things like that. And the U.S. has the ability to monitor the purposes for which that money is being withdrawn, and says that if it sees that the money is being spent on other than these humanitarian purposes, that it can simply cut off the funds. That said, at the end of the day, Iran is $6 billion better off than it would have been without this deal. The U.S. says, look, it's the people of Iran who will receive these humanitarian services that are better off, not the regime. Lost in this almost entirely are 10 human beings, 5 American citizens held in Iran and 5 Iranians held here in the U.S. Those people are soon going to get their freedom.
That's an excellent point. David Martin at the Pentagon for us. Thank you very much, David.
Sure thing.